Alright guys, so I'm going to be doing a comic review of a really fun story. Just really fun. And this is not something Chris sent to me, this is something I got for myself because I've been following both these comics because they're all both under Donny Cates. This is Hulk vs. Thor, Banner of War. This is a Hulk-Thor event? They were calling it an event where it basically this year marks both Thor and Hulk's 60th anniversary. And Marvel literally looked at Donny and went, "Hey, you're writing both Hulk and Thor, right?" And he's like, "Yeah. Do something cool with it." And he's like, "Okay." And Donny Cates literally gives us the most insane balls to the wall Hulk-Thor throwdown I have ever seen. Because they treat this like a giant event. Now, a couple things going on in this book. One, this is basically set in both the current continuity of Hulk and Thor. Basically, just to catch you up to speed, Thor is now king of Asgard. Mjolnir was destroyed, and his father's spirit now inhabits the new, really rebuilt Mjolnir, and only Thor can hear him because Valhalla is gone. Hulk is now a spaceship. By that I mean Banner has taken over his body after a devastating event in El Paso, and because of this, Banner is trying to keep the Hulk away and keep himself away from the world. And in doing so, he's basically made using certain technologies and even like magic, he's basically made a thing to control the Hulk's body. And he basically piles it like a spaceship. And at the end of the first... Chris sent me the first volume of Smashtronaut, so that's how I read this. Read that, and then I got this. So this is basically leaving off at where we were with both Thor in the God of Hammers story and Smashtronaut. So this is, I guess, this is the second volume for Hulk, and I guess you could say volume 1.5 for Hulk, and volume 4.5 for Thor. So, this, like I said, this comic is fucking crazy. This is literally the embodiment of... This is the embodiment of just... fight. It's just a giant fight scene. It's like a Dragon Ball... I wouldn't call it a Dragon Ball Z fight, because no one's standing around and talking. There are some talking moments, but it's all the side characters while the two main characters beat the piss out of each other for 5 issues. And that's not a bad thing. Like I said, Hulk and Thor... This is literally just a comic where we have Hulk and Thor just throwing hands for... This is the embodiment of no chill. This comic is the embodiment of just zero chill. Let's get on with it. Here's my dinner plate. I don't know why it's here. Aren't I so fucking professional on this channel? We are a high budget channel. I don't know where the fuck to put this, so I'm just gonna put that over there. So this is insane. Like, this is just crazy. And Donny Cates is known for doing wild, whack-ass ideas and making them fun. And that's what this comic really is at the end of the day. It's this wild, whack-ass story that is just fun. You want to see Hulk and Thor fight? You get a fight here. Because this comic is not your typical Hulk-Thor fight. Personally, my favorite is Thor number 385. That Hulk-Thor fight is a one-shot, which I think Stan Lee co-wrote. It was actually really good. It's one of the best comic fights I've ever seen of all time. And this comes really close of just this massive battle between Hulk and Thor. We do get more of what's going on with Hulk, and we find out that the new dark entity Titan was the thing responsible for this murder that occurred in El Paso. We don't know who helped Banner build the machine to control Hulk, because Odin's spirit actually enters Hulk's mind and actually teams up with Banner to try to stop the fight. And even Odin is like, you mess with some dark shit, boy. I want to know what it is. We don't get that answer right now, but we do know that's coming. So, Hulk in here... now, there's also... if you thought like a fight between Starship Hulk and Odin Hammer Thor, who also now has the full power of the Thor force behind him, the power of all the Allfathers behind him was enough. Here comes fucking Iron Man in a giant celestial Hulkbuster. I will say that again a bit louder. Tony Stark shows up in a giant celestial Hulkbuster and glasses the side of a planet to try to take out the Hulk. But wait, there's more. Here's my inner Billy Mays going, but wait, there's more. Because I guarantee you there's a shit ton more. Basically, Hulk unleashes a blast of gamma radiation from his body, and Hulk and Thor is right there, and before you can even think it, yes, we're going exactly where you think we're going. We get hulked out Thor, and then Odin is given the hammer of Thor, and we get Thor Hulk. And we get a fight so big it breaks a planet in half. It's literally like at this point, Donny Cates is like jumping out of the book going, "Are you not entertained?" That's literally what he's doing at this point with this book. This book knows it's not trying to be... Like, Donny Cates does some really good stuff in Thor, and there are some major ramifications that go on in this book. There are some major ramifications that occur within the pages of this book. And essentially what happens is that we lose the Bifrost, and Thor also destroys the World Tree in one book. Yeah. It's a lot. It is a lot. It is just one big fight after the other. I think the artwork in here is done by Martin Coccolo and Matt Wilson. Daniel Warren Johnson also helped with co-writing this book, and Daniel Warren Johnson is a great artist and a writer. He did that awesome Beta Ray Bill book. Let me see if I can give you a good splash page. Let's see. Here we go. Is that artwork not great? They even got fucking health bars and everything. It's awesome. This comic is just fun. This is just a knockdown. It's just a fight for 5 issues. It's just a knockdown, drag-out brawl between the Hulk and Thor, and it's awesome. It's just shut your brain off fun. It's just shut your brain off fun. There are ramifications for both for Hulk and Thor, involving Titan and Odin and all of that. And I will say that it is while it is treated like a great event, it does heavily play into both of Donny Cates' Hulk and Thor runs. So you kind of need to know where you're at with that. Thankfully, the first issue gives you a Uatu giving you the full breakdown of what's going on with Hulk and Thor right now. So you could, in theory, read this and kind of like get a good idea before reading this, because it doesn't really give you a specification. All in all, if you love Hulk and Thor, check this out. I really recommend it. It's just stupid fun. It's a giant fight sequence. What more could you ask for? But yeah, there you go, guys. That is pretty much my Hulk vs. Thor Banner of War review. You guys tell me in the comments below if you've read it. Let me know what you guys thought of it. Other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.